Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Thank you for popping on by today. Back in 1938, we're a history lesson here, but just movies, Alfred Hitchcock made the movie Gaslight. And it was about a woman who was made to feel like she was going insane by her romantic partner whom she lived with. I think it was her husband. I haven't seen it in, I don't know, about 4 years maybe. And very often lately I am hearing this phrase batted around quite a bit. And of course, sometimes people are exaggerating. Somebody isn't truly gaslighting them. But in other situations, it definitely is something that people do to try to manipulate another person. And I thought we could talk today a little bit about the signs and you being able to figure out if somebody is gaslighting you. If that seems at all interesting or something you would want to know, I hope you'll stick around because that's what's on the agenda. Maybe this person isn't trying to make you feel you're literally insane, but there's a good chance somebody could be trying to manipulate you into feeling that your feelings are not your feelings. And that's always a real easy one to recognize because, it's one of the things I talk about when we talk about that tool for changing a conversation. Did you see that episode? I'll link to it here. The point is that you say something just you said made me think about, and there's no way anybody could ever argue that I didn't think of something because I'm the only one who knows what's going on in my head. So somebody telling you that what's going on inside your head isn't happening, that is a huge sign that somebody is trying to manipulate you and gaslight you. So check in on your own self, your own thoughts, your own feelings, and you know those. If someone is trying to convince you otherwise, they're gaslighting you. The next sign might be that while you're disagreeing with this person or arguing even, fighting maybe, you find that you're always the one apologizing. They have somehow always flipped it around to make it seem like you're in the wrong, and every argument ends with you going, "You're right, I'm sorry." Or "I'm so sorry," or I'm not going to give you examples of different ways to apologize, but if you're the one who's always doing it, this is a sign that the other person is manipulating you and gaslighting you, because there's probably not a chance that you're always the one who's wrong. Number 3, if you find that you are always making excuses for this person, that you are making up stories or lying to your family and friends to make sure that this partner doesn't look so bad in their eyes, they can't show up, you're apologizing and making an excuse that they had something to do from work or they had a friend in town, or you have to say, "Oh no, he just gets like that sometimes," if they are around him and they find it off-putting that he seems to be negating your feelings or making you feel like you're wrong. If they're noticing this and you have to make excuses for this person, if you're doing it all the time, you better take a better look because you are probably being lighted. Yeah. Another way you can tell is if you are constantly walking on eggshells. You're not comfortable stating your true feelings because you know that they will be belittled, that this person will make you feel they aren't valid, that you are afraid that the person's going to tell you again that you're too sensitive. So instead of saying anything or complaining about something, you do not want to be accused of being too sensitive again, and or someone's just telling you you're too sensitive. This is a sign that someone is gaslighting you. Maybe this person has told you that you're not paying attention, or they're telling you that this is you misunderstanding again, or that you are overreacting. That's the big one. Why are you overreacting to this? Or you weren't paying attention because that's not what I said. If this person is constantly telling you that you're too sensitive, you weren't paying attention, you're wrong, that's not what they meant, that's not what they said, or worst of all, they're telling you that you're crazy, right? The guys, my ex-girlfriend, she was totally crazy. She probably wasn't crazy. Not saying he was gaslighting her, but that labeling of women as crazy, probably not always accurate. Sure, there's some broads out there that are a little wacky, but not as many who are being labeled crazy. So if someone is saying all these things to you and making you feel like you have no idea what to do, or if you're wrong, or if you're not paying attention, or all of these things, pay very close attention. This sounds like gaslighting. If you have ever found yourself blaming yourself for the way somebody else is treating you. This is sounding really abusive right now, and this is a way of that people would gaslight you. You know, you've seen this in all the movies, or if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, the person tells you you deserve this because of the way you were acting. And then you start thinking, well, I know why he acted like that. It was because I deserved it, or I did this again, or I was, too stupid, or not paying attention, or I'm being too sensitive again. So I get it. That's why. It was my fault. Take a close look, because you have passed the point of casual gaslighting and you are deep in it, and you really need to be talking to somebody about this. What? That never happened. I didn't do that. Shifting the blame, then flipping it around, saying, this was something that you said. This was all about what happened with you the last time. If you have now given up on sharing your opinions or your thoughts on something because you know how it's going to end up, you know that these kinds of comments are going to come back at you, this is a huge sign. You don't even bother anymore. You're just in avoidant behavior. You can't even be yourself or share who you are, your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, because you know where it's going to end up with you feeling like you did something wrong. Another one is when their words and their actions are not aligned, right? Somebody's treating you very sweetly, but the next minute they're telling you that you're acting crazy, or you're nuts, or why do you act like this, or you're doing that again. But then when the situation is over, again, they're acting kind to you and cuddling you or holding your hand or bringing you in for a hug because they feel a little guilt for the way they were treating you, but not enough usually to stop the gaslighting. High alert there. If a person is keeping you from your family and friends, trying to create distance between you and the people who care about you, this is a huge warning sign, because the more distance you get from the people who will be honest with you and be able to see this interactions you're having with this person or the way you're starting to feel about yourself, the more this gaslighting person begins to win, because now you have nobody to validate your reality. You are now a victim of one-on-one with this person without the input of other people. And who's more important and would be more honest with you than your friends and family, coworkers, even people who care about you and want what's best for you? They can see through this because they're not in the middle of it. They're looking from the outside. So if somebody is trying to keep you from getting together with friends, refuses to go to your family, you don't need to go there, or we were just there, or you're always with your family, you're going with your friends again, be aware. And then to wrap this up, you've probably been able to tell from all of these examples that this is emotional abuse. Gaslighting is abusive. And if somebody is doing this to you, you have to talk to somebody. It could be those family or friends. It could be a therapist. Somebody needs to be told that this is happening to you so they can help you to remove yourself from this situation. And if you're in this situation, I am sending you positive vibes that you have the strength to reach out to somebody else who will help you to get the heck out of there, because you deserve that. Your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions are valid. The way you think is the way you think, and it should never be belittled. So please reach out and get some help, because you deserve it. I hope you found this interesting or helpful, and I look forward to seeing you back here again soon. Until next time, have a good one.